For CIS 135DB, we've pretty much completed the amount of SQL we're going to learn in this course. And I always emphasize that the things you're learning are just tools, and then how you apply those tools is basically up to your imagination or your creative ability. What I'm showing on the screen is basically a query that was written by somebody here at COCC, and for the most part, we're going to scroll through it kind of quickly, but based on what you've learned in this course, you can kind of read it. So for instance, obviously we're starting out with a select, and then it's just oodles of columns. Okay, all of a sudden you run into the substring function, and notice she's doing a substring on a substring, and this in string is basically a locate. And so I'm not going to decode this thing, but nonetheless, it's something that we've done in our class, and we've done nested functions. And then she has a from clause, and just this week we learned that we can put select statements in the from clause. And so, well, now here's her select statement. Inside is another substring. Here's a case statement. When this is between 0 and 9, she's going to do the subject code, and the pipes in Oracle is concatenate. She's putting a period, concatenating it to the course number. Else, if it's not between 0 and 9, she's not going to put a period. Oracle has this thing called decode, which is basically it's kind of a case statement where you're looking at something, and if it's no, we're going to use this title, otherwise we're going to use that title. Bottom line is, so here's another substring where she's grabbing this string with a comma, and then we're doing a little bit of a case statement inside the substring, and then she wants 30 characters. These are aliases out here. So here's the department code. She's going to call it course department, and we're not done yet. She's got subqueries inside her select statement actually. And here we're grabbing the max from where these conditions are equal and another condition's equal. Anyway, you get the idea. Would be a real chore to try and truly figure this out. But the other point I wanted to make about it, though, is that, do you think she sat down and started to type this from the top until she got to the bottom? No. So there's just, and probably, by the way, this probably took weeks to write. But here's a having clause, a union all clause inside of it. But you write little pieces at a time, get it to run, use that piece inside of a larger piece, get that to run, use that piece inside of a larger piece, get that to run. And you slowly build up from there. So even in 135DB, that's a strategy, especially for this week, is just get something to run, use that piece inside of another piece, get that to run, and slowly build up your code. So I guess my other point is, over the past 6 weeks at least, you've learned a lot of SQL, and obviously you start piecing what you've learned together, and you can create a pretty ginormous query and solve a really complex problem. So the exercises you're doing in class aren't trivial. There is actually a purpose to them, and they're used in the real world. So you should feel proud of yourself for having made it this far and having learned a powerful language. And don't forget, everything on a computer, for the most part, ends up in a database, and so people are needed who can pull that information back out and make it available to users. So good job.